Okay, hello and welcome. So quickly, I'm going to show you how AiChartViz works. And as you can see, it allows you to create charts with AI and natural language from your Postgres database. Okay, so what we are going to do, I will just quickly log in and then we can see how it works. Okay, so here we have the query view and we have the tab that allows you to add your prompt, or if you want to just type some SQL select statements, you can do that right here. We only allow select statements. Okay, so read only access to the database. We don't allow insert, update or delete, only select. Okay, so you can add your prompt right here and you can select the AI model that you would like to use to make your request or to get the data. But first, we will need to add a data source. So once we add our data source, come back here to create charts. Okay, so first let's go ahead and add a data source. And as you can see, your database must be publicly accessible. And if it's behind the firewall, you can whitelist this IP so that we'll have access to it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add this. I'll just give this a name. This is just an identifier. And I'll add my database. For now, I'm using a Superbase database. Okay, and add the username of the database, add the password right here. Okay, and one thing you need to note that the credentials, once we save the credentials, they are going to be encrypted both in transit and at rest. Okay, so we are not going to send the credentials just as the plain text that are displayed here. They will be encrypted and then encrypted with some server keys. Okay, so I'll just test the connection to make sure that I'm able to connect. Okay, so right here you can see that I'm able to connect. Now I can save. I can go ahead and save. And it says, okay, I have duplicate keys. Maybe I'll change this name and save this. Okay, so now I have added my data source and we can view the table format or the grid format. Okay, and if you want, you can update it if there's something that needs to be updated. Now we've added our data source. What we can do is, let's go back to our query. You can see all of the tables that are available in the Postgres database. They are displayed right here. Okay, so you view them from here and you can add more data sources. Okay, so that later you can select and then make a request to whatever database you want to make your request to. Okay, so here I will make a request. Let's say show all request logs, and maybe let me use Claude. Okay, and I'll run the query. Just wait for this, and now you can see the response. Okay, so we can use this just by adding some prompts. We can get data from the database. Okay, now if you don't specify any limits, we can set a limit, or the model itself will set a limit on the data. Okay, now if you don't want to use the AI prompt, you can just add your own SQL select statement. So I can say maybe select all from AI usage. Okay, and then run the query. And you can see I have my data displayed here as well. Okay, so we can display the data from the prompt or from the SQL query itself. Now right here you can see we have this option to create the charts. Now this is just if you want to create charts from this data that you returned, you can just easily create the chart. But let's say maybe, let me clear this. I will do this again. So and maybe Let me use GPT. And now I have my data, okay? And you can see the generated SQL. Now if I go to charts, configure, I'll select the type of charts, bar chart. Let me see what I want to use. Okay, type and status. Okay, bar chart, x-axis maybe status, y-axis type, and we can generate. Okay, so right here now you can see this data, or this chart was created from the data that was returned from the prompt. Okay, and we can view this, and you can download if you want. Okay, go back. I can randomize the colors right here. Okay, can randomize the colors. Now this is just for this data, but now if we go to our chart section, let's go ahead and create our charts. So right here, and I'll select my data source. And now if you want to view all the tables in this data source, you can view them right here. Okay, so that you know exactly which table you want to make your request. Okay, and I'll select maybe a pie chart. These are the different types of charts, and I'll use Claude. I'll have a limit. Let me just set 200. I'll say get request logs with their types and status, and generate. Just wait for this. Okay, and now you can see the chart, and I can randomize the colors, go back, and then save. And here it says the chart saved successfully. Okay, so I can go ahead and create multiple charts, different types of charts. Let me copy this here. Maybe let me add another chart. I'll say a column chart right here, and let me randomize this, and then I can save this. I can go back. Let me create a normal bar chart. Okay, so then go ahead and save. Okay, so you can see we can filter right here. Okay, and we can view all. And if I go to the settings page, you can see your status. Okay, 3 charts have been created, 1 data source, 6 requests, and here so far the total tokens that I've used, both input and output tokens, the input tokens, the output tokens, and right here the credits that have been used, and here I display the request logs. Okay, so you can add different data sources. If you're on the free plan or the pay as you go plan, you can add multiple data sources. But if you're on the pro plan or the pay as you go plan, you can add multiple data sources. If you're on the free plan, you can only add 1 data source.